Right, hello everybody. Today I'm gonna be do something slightly different again. I know, as I say that a lot, but I'm trying to make it a little bit different because I've done a whole bunch of. I've just finished the a few days ago the £25 Tesco challenge that you may have been watching, and pretty much every day, almost every. I mean, out of the 12, I suppose 9 had. Vegetables, like 5 or 6 vegetables. So what I'm doing today is there's no vegetables as such except for baked beans. Okay, but what I'm doing, I'm trying to clear out the freezer because before I do a next challenge I need to empty out the freezer and make as much room as I can. And also it's a good way of using up all the little bits that have been in there for ages, like these pork chops, for example. They've been in there since the last day of December. February, what was that, 2 months? Yeah, two and a bit months. Anyway, okay, so what I'm doing today is I've got, back in December, these pork chops. There was 4 pork chops for £4. Now, I bought them at £1.40. I don't know whether you can see that because sometimes it goes a bit out of focus. But anyway, £4 down to £1.40. Now, I froze them on the day that it is expired, the use by, which was 30th December. That's when the day that I bought them and froze them. So, unfortunately, I can't defrost them, use a couple of them, and then put them in the fridge for tomorrow. I don't think that'll work. So, it's a bit of a drag. I'm having to use all 4 pork chops, so it's going to be a meaty as hell dinner, this. Alright, so what I'm going to do, the idea is I'm going to use the 4 pork chops, 1 chipolata sausage. That the other day I showed you a pack of 10 chipolata sausages that had frozen solid. It was like a dipshit. I kept it all in one package and then froze it. What I should have done was to open it up, separate them, and then freeze them, so then I can easily pull out a few. Anyway, so I went in there, chiseled it up, and pulled out a few. Used some today, and some hot dogs. And that's the last sausage, so I'm going to throw that in, along with the last tin of beans from the Tesco challenge. That was the Tesco's own brand. I bought 4 cans for £1, so 25 pence each. Anyway, so it's going to... Oh, and almost forgot. And also, I'm going to throw in, just for the hell of it, I'm going to put in some pilar rice. I've just bought this from the co-op a few minutes ago. 75p, and from the co-op. Which is, actually I must admit, just on a side note, you know, like I used to show all these discounts and that, like these are really discounted from a few months ago. I've been in there the last few days and I don't know what's going on. Either people watching my videos and getting down to the co-op and buying up all the bargains, or they're just not selling them. I don't know what they're doing. They're taking them out of the bag, throwing them away. But it's difficult now to find the items that are on the use by date because, you know, they discount them and all kinds of things. But they're getting few and far between. I don't know whether it's me going in the wrong time, or, you know, usually, you know, pretty much the same time as always, but yeah, it's getting difficult. But I'm still going to keep a lookout, and I'll snap up the bargains and show you, of course. And if that doesn't work out, I'll just have to go someplace else and buy their bargains instead. So anyway, right, what I'm doing, I'm cutting the fat. Anyway, I'm waffling on, cutting the fat off the pork chops, cutting them up. I'm going to cook them up, and then I'll show you how far I got. Right, what I'm doing here, I've put all the pork chops in the frying pan, as you can see. And I've basically cut them into thirds, thrown them in there, and now I'm in the process of cutting each of the pieces into very small chunks. One, it helps it cook a bit quicker, and it helps it cook more evenly, actually, and actually I'll get rid of these bits of fat over here. And also it means that I can eat it with a spoon. As you know, I like to eat everything with a spoon. Actually, what I did, I thought I actually cut all the fat off, but so there's a few bits with a bit of fat, so I'm going to trim them as I go. Now, all the pieces, yeah, into very small chunks, and then yeah, it makes life a whole lot easier, I find, because, you know, there you go. It's pretty easy. Once the meat is, I mean, you can either do it while it's raw, like I did before. You know, I put them in, I cut them into thirds before I put them in the pan, in the frying pan, or you can put them in, and then the heat kind of makes them a bit softer. You know, so it's just easier, or you know, to cut them once they're almost, you know, they've been cooked or browned off slightly. Okay, and that way, yeah, that way you can just get the, you know, you can turn them around easier. There you go. Anyway, that's what I'm doing now. So I'll show you the next development. Okay, the meat it hasn't completely browned yet, but it's definitely sort of sealed off. Okay, next step is that I've taken up one chipolata, cut it up, I'm going to throw that in and basically just brown that off, and everything will be good. Alright, I'm going to get my spatula out for this. What I've done also, just before I put the sausages in, I took the pan, tilted it until all the water and the moisture and the oil and gunge had settled down that end, spooned it into that container that you've seen me use. There you go. Basically it's a 2 litre bottle, and all the hot fat goes into that rather than put it in the bin or down the sink, because you'll end up blocking the sink if you put that down there. Same as the bog, you don't want to put it down there or anything, you know. Anyway, so you put it in there, and then it'll basically just settle. It'll depending on what fat it is, it'll go hard, and you can just dispose of it then, possibly in the bin. Okay, now to brown all this meat, I've had it on 9 out of 12 for all this time. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to brown it off some more. When that gets, let's see, what am I doing? Yeah, when that gets like really, you know, sort of like just about getting there, about 5 minutes away, then I'll put the beans on. I've already got the beans already. These are the Tesco's own brand beans. There you go, 25. There you go. Right, so 5 minutes before the meat's done, I'll put the beans on, bake the hell out of them until they're really good and hot, and then I'll do the rice, and then we'll, you know, anyway, right, I'll show you in a while. Okay, well, I'm just going to carry on browning this. There's no point watching me do this. All it is just keeping it on the heat, turn it like that so it doesn't burn, and there you go, there's one bit there. There's one bit there that's sort of like a bit bigger, so you just get your spatula and just cut it in half like that. There you go, just use the sharp edge there. Okay, but they all look pretty small, but if I do find any other bits, then I'll just chop it in half with a spatula here. Okay, right, I'm going to brown them off, and I'll show you what's what. Now what I'm going to do, there you go, I'll just turn that down there, just move the angle a bit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the beans, the meat isn't quite ready yet for the beans to go on full blast. Okay, they've still got a few minutes left, but, so what I'm going to do is put the beans on a very low heat, just so they start to warm up, and that way, when the time comes, I can just put them on full blast, and then they'll have that little bit of extra head start, rather than go from 0 to full. They'll sort of be warming up, just you know. Anyway, so the meat's almost done. Not long to go. I'm just browning. I might turn that down just a little bit. I've turned it down to 7. I put the sausages in slightly too late. I might cut. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the sausages up a little bit. Actually, I mean they were cut up pretty good, but I'm just going to cut them up even further because I put them in way later than the pork chop, which is what I wanted. But it's all about timing, and I may have misjudged it by a few minutes. It's just like the sausages to be browner than what they are. Okay, so I'll just cut them up. Okay, right, I'm going to carry on browning that and come back and I'll show you the beans. And, okay, the meat is almost done. Actually, let me just make an announcement, which which I'd like to dedicate this video actually to Ron Milton Eldridge. There we are, Ron Milton Eldridge. He made a donation on the Patreon today, I believe. Today it was, this morning. And it's very, very nice. As one of the, I mean, obviously nobody's under any obligation to, but I'd like, if for him and the two others that also, they've had a video dedicated to them. And yeah, it's very nice, you know. I mean, if what it is, obviously, you know, I'd plough this back into try and make even better videos for you, but it's much appreciated. So thank you, Ron Milton Eldridge, if I pronounced that correct, Eldridge. This video's specifically for him, although everybody's welcome to watch. Okay, all right, well, thank you. All right, here we go. I'll show you the whiteboard. Now, I'll tell you what. It's the meat is starting to get pretty brown. Okay, I'll turn the beans up to, there you go. I'll turn the beans up a bit. Now, before I show you the meat again, now those 4 pork chops, I got them on special. I think they were, what were they, £4, I think. I've got them in the bin here. Anyway, I mentioned it earlier. Yeah, they were £4, but I got them on special for £1.40 for the 4 pork chops. So that's £2.60 off. The sausages, they were on discount also, actually. £1.64 for 10. They were discounted from about £3 or so, something like that. Anyway, they were chipolatas. They're actually quite good. They're thin ones. I mean, for a sausage, quite expensive. I mean, if normally I'd buy, you know, the shop brands, but you know, they're on special, and they were kind of, you know, they are nice. Now and again, I like to splash out with something that actually, you know, it's got some herbs and stuff in it. Anyway, so that's about 16p. The rice is the shop brand 79p. You get like half a dozen. You get egg fried rice, spicy rice, pilau, boiled rice, all kinds of stuff. And the Tesco's own baked beans, 4 cans for £1, 25p. So today's dinner is £2.60, which I think you'll agree, once you see this, it's going to be a plateful, let me tell you. Okay, now the meat is plenty cooked, let me tell you. Right, I don't think that's a word, but okay, so yeah, this is like right brown. Look at that. I mean there's a lot of meat in there. Jesus, that's going to take some chewing to get through this. So I mean, but really, I mean this probably would be a meal for 2 if I wasn't such a pig. You know, this probably 2 people will get a good dinner out of this. What there's 4 pork chops, tin of beans. Oh Jesus, a pack of rice, and 1 sausage. I mean, that's some hearty, you know, cowboy style meat and beans here. Okay, so yeah, what I want, I mean, I'm trying to get these beans as cooked as much as I can. Unlike Heinz are really good because you can boil them and they come out like porridge, you know, and I like that. I like it when it's like a consistency of like thick porridge. You know, you know, there's a lot. There seems to be a lot more sauce in here in these shop brands. It means you've got to cook them longer, and they still don't go to pulp. You know, which is a drag. Okay, right. I'll tell you what. I better get on with the. Okay, I'm gonna put the rice in the microwave now. For about 2 and a bit minutes. There we are. Oh, and actually, while I'm at it, you know, actually, while I'm doing this, what I'd like to, you know, like, what I don't know how other YouTubers do it. I mean, when I first started, you know, I wanted to, you know, I wanted to please everybody. I'm doing shout-outs, basically just subscribe or just ask for one and I'll give you a shout-out. What I'm doing now, but because I've had problems with the past with people, you know, on the people, you know, I've had people ask for a shout-out and a week later they're slagging me off for being a twat, you know, and it's, you know, I get all kinds of, you know, but it's not just that, but what I'm doing now, I'm not gonna, because I've had people have silly messages, you know, can you tell my brother to get a haircut? No, it's stupid crap. Shout outs, if you write in the comment section with a comment that's useful, you know, by the way, like I'm looking at a pack of gravy over here. All right, but last week Pete Thomas, last fortnight Pete Thomas mentioned that he had cider. He uses cider for in the gravy, for example. That's an interesting and a good comment which I can share. And then whoever was to make that announcement or that comment, you know, I pass that message on with a shout out. But just writing to me and saying, "Can I have a shout out?" That's something that I'm looking to avoid doing now. You know, if you've got something to contribute via the comment section, then that's great. You know, that's what I'm looking for. You know, but please don't just write to me and say, "I've just subscribed, can I have a shout out?" No, you know, those days I'm trying to move away from those. It just, you know, it just leads to problem. People, and then people start writing to me, calling me names because I haven't done them a shout out as fast as they like. I've had all that. All right, but if you've got something to say that's, you know, worth sharing with the world, by all means write it down. And if I pass it on, you know, sometimes I'll just reply and say, you know, I've got my 2 cents worth. Sometimes I'll write it down and read it out. If I read it out, I'll give you a shout out, and that's how you get a shout out, you know. Gone are the days where people just get a shout out because they've asked for it. That just leads to all kinds of problems. You know, and it's just you know, I don't mind doing it, of course, but it's just people get aggravated and they start getting abusive and stuff. Anyway, so I just wanted to put that out to you while I was waiting for the microwave. Anyway, so thank you for listening for that. Anyway, okay, so the bean, right, there's the meat. Jesus, right, I better, okay, the meat's bubbling away like mad. What I'm doing here is, again, just like I did 10 minutes ago, I'm tipping the pan down. I don't know if you can can't quite see that, but what I'm doing is there you go. I'm spooning the fat out of the pan here. Into the container. There you go. Okay. Let me just put the rice in there for another few seconds. I've got a feeling I've missed something out, but pork. I've done the pork chop. The sausages are in there. The rice in the microwave bean. Yeah, that's everything. I've just got a feeling. Okay. Right, okay, now as you can see the meat is all brown, it's all good. Put the rice in with the meat and then turn the beans off. Oh Jesus. Put the beans in. There. There we go. Give that a mix. It's good to mix. Actually, I'll turn the frying pan off as well, so everything's off. Now we've got 4 pork chops, 1 sausage, rice and beans. There we are. Now, what I'm mixing it in the frying pan because it's because it makes sense to mix it in this big container, then spoon it out into the plates. Yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, this is like, it costs £2.60 and you could get 2 dinners. There you go. If I cut that down the middle there, two normal people, you'll probably get There you go, you can see that gap down there. Yeah, 2 normal people can probably get 2 dinners. You know, you just add some bread to this. You could, if you wanted, put some, you know, put some hash browns, put some onion rings, all that kind of usual stuff in there. You know, just to bulk it up. But because I'm not, you know, it's... Anyway, alright, so there you go. So we spoon all this out. There's not a lot of moisture. I mean, there was plenty of moisture in the beans before I put, but the thing is, the rice really soaks up the moisture from the baked beans. Okay. Now, there we go. Actually, what I'll do, I'll tip that there. There you go. That's the perfect shot. Now, there you go. Now this looks. I was going to say, it doesn't smell much of anything, but there's not a lot in the way of spices in here, except for the. Oh no, I used pilar. I was going to say I used the Mexican rice, but that's over here. Actually, perhaps I should have used the Mexican rice. Give it a bit of flavour. But yeah, I tell you what though, this is quite nice. The meat is very chewy. You could do with more moisture in here, you know. It's a shame because the beans do look like they have plenty, but you put them in here and then the rice immediately soaks it up. Okay. Anyway, so that's tonight's dinner. £2.60, which in the grand scheme, you know, it's not as cheap as some, but I mean, when you figure, I mean, £2.60. I mean, you couldn't go down the chippy with that for £2.60. Bag of chips is pretty much all you'll get. You won't get a sausage or a fish cake or anything like that with it. Anyway, there you have it. And just to, right, and a big thank you again to Ron Milton Eldridge. This video is dedicated to him. For being my third, what would you call that, Patreon donator. Anyway, thank you to you. Right, I'm going to finish this off, and it's a long video, 22 minutes. I hope it wasn't too boring. I tried to do a bird's eye actual start, well, it wasn't start to finish. I don't need to do those anymore because I can pause. But yeah, pretty much I hope it's enough detail for you. Alright, well thank you for watching. Bye bye.